This is Mary with Voice Up Workshop, and I'm just doing a quick little check-in on my teacher friends, but also anyone who deals with anxiety when they are speaking or singing or performing in front of an audience. I know a lot's been going on, and like all of you, I'm sure, I've been following election results and feeling a great deal of anxiety about what's happening in the country as with respect to the election. And it dawned on me that there are some similarities with what is happening with that and with what happens to someone when they feel performance anxiety, whether it's, speaking in front of a room full of people, teaching a class, being on camera and connecting to someone that way. It tends to bring up your worst fears. If you're a teacher of performing students, let's say you're a theater or a music teacher, then part of what's happening is their worst fears are activated when you ask them to step into the light and share what they do. And it's difficult because humans are survival wired to react to threats. And so the thing that I want to sort of impress upon you today, if you are suffering with performance anxiety, or your students suffer with performance anxiety, is to take a moment. First of all, if you don't control the part of your body chemically that is sort of ramping out of control, it'll be very difficult to talk sense. It's very difficult to make rational sense to someone who is in fight or flight. Okay? So the first thing to do is to breathe. So when we breathe in, I like to have us all breathe in through our nose, and I do it to a count, let's say, of 4. Okay? So breathe in. Now hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So why is the inhale only 4 and holding an exhale longer? It's giving your heart rate an opportunity to come down. Now, once that comes down, the idea that I want to impress upon you, and that you may want to impress upon your students, is that we often make things bigger and badder in our minds than they are. There are people right now that are convinced that depending on the outcome of the election, the world is going to fall apart. And historically, we know that whatever side wins, there may be things about the world we don't like. There are wars, there is unfairness, whatever. I'm not here to convince anyone of political beliefs. I'm here to tell you that so far, knock wood, the world has survived. And so even though we passionately feel something is true, does not always mean that the worst outcome will happen. And it is the same with performance anxiety. So you might feel the worst is going to happen if you step into that light, step in front of those people. You're going to be found out. You're going to realize you can't speak well. You're going to not be able to sing a note. Your mouth goes dry. Your body freaks out. They are going to hate you. And that is a very convincing feeling. I want to remind you of something I said in one of my earlier videos, the difference between a tiger and a kitten. And very often when we think we're seeing the tiger, what we're really dealing with is a kitten. Okay? So sometimes you just have to bring your breathing down and remember you have the most powerful mechanism for overcoming anything in your life, your willpower. And so can you willpower your way through a feeling? You can willpower a behavior through a feeling. And then once you willpower that behavior through the feeling, and then on the other end of that behavior, you think about it, you discuss. Okay, you got up there and you did it. Did you fall apart? Was it flawless? Maybe not. Did anyone throw something at you? Probably not. Did you make it worse in your mind than the actual act was? And guys, sometimes the only way to do that is to perform the actual act. Okay? I will never convince a young theater student that it's okay to be on stage and perform that monologue if they just keep convincing themselves not to, and they then refuse to get up on stage. I might give that student an extra class to work up their nerve, but eventually, if they're going to succeed in a theater class, okay, or you as a teacher or a public speaker or a singer, you're going to have to just do the behavior. And hope, by thinking rationally, by calming down your fight or flight, that the behavior will get you there before your feeling will get there. Okay? Don't expect your feeling to get there first. It won't. Your feeling will always lag behind because your feeling is attached to every negative belief you have about yourself and the audience watching you. And as we see from what's happening in the world, beliefs are very strong, aren't they? Beliefs can create all kinds of pandemonium. Okay? So just some thoughts to give you about putting things in perspective, about if it is truly your desire to become a better speaker, a more effective speaker, a better teacher, a better performer, singer, communicator, sometimes the behavior has to get out there first. Which means, do I have to fake it till I make it? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I will never expect my student to say they love it. I will, if they're in my class, require that they do it. And once they do it, and we debrief, and we think about it, they realize it wasn't all that. The world didn't come to an end. You made it through. Sometimes, guys, we find out what we don't like as a way of getting around to what we do like. Okay, so if performing isn't your thing and it's not critical that you do so, well, you found this out. Okay. What if it's a part of your job? What if it is part of what you are being paid to do? Then it's important that you face these things. And again, behaviors come before attitude shift. Okay? I wish all of you a wonderful rest of your week. We're already toward the end of the week. I hope this has given you some food for thought. If I can be of any help, please reach out to us at voiceupworkshop.com or send me an email, voiceupworkshop@gmail.com. Okay? Thank you so much for listening so far. Go teachers, love you, and hang in there, everybody. We will get through this. Okay? Till next time. Bye-bye.